Let's try this again. Do the Trooper here. Yeah, I have a different skin here, partially because of the theme of what I'm going to be doing. Going to be going to the end very soon, and I was trying something a little different, got a little inspired because I was helping out somebody else with their skin. So they were going with black. Suddenly I decided to just go, well, totally surreal. Yeah, as you can see, I've detailed it all around. So this is a bit different. But don't worry, I got plenty of armor. It's just, it doesn't render everything in your equipment slots, so it does that. I don't know why. Well, it does render everything in your equipment slots. What I really mean is that it makes it go over the skin, makes it hard to see, so therefore I wanted to do something that's special that way. Now, I'm going to be able to go into the end in a moment. That should be everything I'm going to need from there. And then basically I'm going to go take out the Ender Dragon and go for like limitless Ender farming. Because, let's face it, the end is just the beginning when it comes to Crazycraft. It has been, and always will be. But, admittedly, I'm not entirely sure of one major thing. I don't know if there's going to be like an extension to the end with this, because we had Hardcore Ender expansion previously, but it went out. So, yeah. Oh, one more thing. Still trying to experiment with whether or not I can get this alchemical bag to... Uh-oh. What the heck? That was new. Like, whoa! Oh, did not see how that would interact. I did the door at the same time. Well, this makes things complicated. I did hit him previously. I was just curious whether or not this would get in my way. So I want to know a way that I won't automatically show up in the TARDIS. Because, may be cool, but at the same time, come on, charge me, charge me. No, you can do it. Wow, that was unbelievably quick. Experience. Did I lose all that? Or, no, it rained down on land. Whew! That was close. I did not know how that was going to go. Hopefully I didn't take off any Endermen. But admittedly, it's that angry Pacmen I'm more concerned with. Come on, get me the experience quickly. Need to go faster. Faster. Although, those guys will be giving me lots of stuff now. So I do have Big Bertha. That takes them down really fast. Was that you trying to hit me, Enderman? You have, like, no idea. Just no idea. Trust me. It's not going to work. Okay. I also got a lot of money. I figured out how to use this properly according to this mod finally, so don't worry about that. I'll be taking care of my monetary issues. So, let's see here. Recently got locate permission. So, by the way, if you're at level 20 or so, you have TARDIS is at 649158. Okay. Okay, I'm making a bit of a decision here. I'm just deciding to record directly afterwards again because I was going to use this Witchery stuff in the end, but I'm not entirely sure if that's the best place to do it because I was going to set up a little ritual outside in the end at first, but then I thought, you know, I don't know if those Pacmen can break runes. I mean, I know they're supposed to mainly get plant-related blocks, but I'm not entirely sure. And by the way, there's an interesting function of the TARDIS here. This button array and these are very important. Whenever you want to load a location that you are at, you pull this one out and you hit one of these buttons. I don't know if they're all corresponding to these locations, like if it's the full grid or if it's just like a few rows. but at least I know the first few buttons certainly work, because I've actually got a few things preloaded here. When you want to actually like load it, in other words, when you want to go to one of your saved locations, it's like a special waypoint with the TARDIS, you click the button back in, which is like the lower rightmost button on this panel, and then it will put every last lever that's relevant to where your location is anyhow, back the way it was whenever you stored it. So it basically stores the states of the control panel. Isn't that a cool idea? So I'm going to go to the overworld here. Now this is these external sensors, they'll just tell me where I'm at. And because I could fly, the thing saying currently facing currently facing safe and the other facings are safe, that's not entirely relevant because I recalled the TARDIS right to that spot. Up in the air it would say facing unsafe drop. So there's ways that operates. So I'm going to go to the overworld again if I have enough energy. Oh yeah, I'm fully powered. I wonder if this thing powers up while you're somewhere else. So I haven't really explored that yet, because usually what I do is whenever I'm in the TARDIS and it's powering itself back up, even going just between the dimensions, even when you're going back to the overworld, still costs full power. So it's like between any dimension and a certain dimension has different lists of power. Like usually going between dimensions is 2,000. It's like 1,000 just going within the dimension from one area to another. But going to the end is specifically 5,000 for some reason, at least currently with the configs for the mod pack. I'm not sure if that's just like with the mod or what. I should be getting a lot of TARDIS experience for this. So this should level me up. Let me see, what's my level now? Oh, it hadn't done the sound yet, but I know it just pushed me past it. And you didn't do the sound for that one. Huh. Okay. Maybe I get experience whenever I recall the TARDIS? I'm still learning as a Time Lord here myself, so it happens. Okay, in that case, I'm going to go out and... Let me see here. Angel Tier says... Well, I'm not sure if this affects... Can I affect the TARDIS? Ooh. Can I affect the TARDIS? Because this is from a different mod, but it's related to weird movie. Nope, the TARDIS automatically just sets it. But when I walk out, will it be midnight? Because I'd sort of like to do something at night. It's really funny because I think... Yeah, I got the same book I just stored in here. Really? Well, that's an extra one from my library. I guess I could put the extra one somewhere nice, so it just looks good on the shelves. I mean, my library's nowhere near full yet, so maybe I should go symmetric here. Somebody's thinking, wait a moment. Why does this have identical books? Well, apparently you get identical books by killing Pacmen, sometimes give you books. I like guidebooks, everything. Another thing to note, I think, yeah, handheld manual. The TARDIS is updated now, has a handheld manual, and it does count as a book for the bookcase in Bibliocraft, in case you're wondering. So, yeah, it looks like a book here, but it looks like a panel here. Oh gosh, that's so ridiculous, and I might as well put that thing up. I also found out what these bank cards are for, and I might want to show you here because I have all this money. Okay, let me just take this out. Okay, now, I want to put that there, I need this here. Okay, but here's how you work some of the money in YouTubers Plus. You take your bills here, and you have a bank card. You hold the bank card, and it just sucks up the money in it. And you can also, like, take these and craft them in different configurations to get the higher amount of money. Right now, I'm banking it. I'm still not entirely sure how to get it out, but I sort of don't entirely need to worry about that right now, so I'm just sort of semi-disposing of it. I mean, if it has a way of getting it back later, that would be fine. It'd be really cool if that's how it works, because it's saying something like auto crafts up to a certain amount. I think this is the highest form of card you can get. I wish I knew how to get that auto crafting thing to work. Like, do you right click when you don't have something that you're looking at, or do you do something in the crafting grid? I'm not sure how that part works. I could just be destroying the money, but right now I don't need it. I have a $1 million bill somewhere, and that's more than I will need for quite some time, because that's enough to pay off one YouTuber perfectly anyhow. Oh, I did almost remember, I almost forgot here. Just in case. See if that's global. Meaning that it works for like all the worlds at once. Because I'd just like to know if it's suddenly night out. The door is obstructed. Really? I thought I came back and I fixed this problem. I'll have to go to another dimension just to do this ritual. Does this even work in some of the other modified dimensions, I'm wondering? Well, time to experiment, I guess, and I'm going to be doing this live. Okay, well, do I have enough power? Ooh. That's an issue. I need at least 2,000 energy to break most dimensions. Man, I'm only about halfway there. Darn it. Although sometimes whenever I jump back and forth, I can get rid of this problem. This is, I think, my ground control. So let's do that and try to jump, see if it allows me to land directly on the ground. Because sometimes it'll do that where it seeks the ground but it misses. Because there's a, basically what I pushed was this button, and what it does is it determines whether or not or actually it's more of a toggle really. It determines whether or not you're trying to land on solid ground. Room deleter, is it on the left side? Maybe it's on the back. Land, ground control, yeah, whether your targets will try to land on the ground or not. Right now I've switched its mode, so it should be trying to do so. If not, it'll be a little disappointing. Let's see, what does the sensor say? It's saying they're all obstructed. Well, that may make this a little shorter than usual. Then again, I suppose I could try to do it in the TARDIS. I did rather not. But I could do the ritual in the TARDIS. I'll just go for it. Also, this would really say whether or not it works in dimensions other than the overworld, so it'd be a good experiment. Okay, let me see, what all did I need? I had my altar. I won't be needing my angel's tear if I can't actually get out my own door. That's a bummer. Well, I could use Spirit Otherwhere, but yeah, I've already got my circle talisman set up for it. Now, these things are really cool. They're called a circle talisman, and what they do is they allow you to basically, and that I was going to use on the Ender Dragon, but I guess not. They allow you to basically extend the range of your ability to do circle magic, because it allows you to store it and then pop it back out where you need it. You know, while I'm at it, I might as well take these out and shove them into my Witchery chest, because there they are. There's the contract. Haven't got it bound yet, obviously. But what that means is there's these creatures called flame imps, that will be in Witchery, and there's a way of summoning them. If you do so, they will serve you. Although you have to convince them to serve you. It's not like a instant thing. Like, they will basically try to fight you first, so you have to prove yourself to them with a special contract. And it'll burn some levels, and I guess I just got a random diamond sword from that? Okay. But basically, once you bind your contract to them, then they'll serve you, usually at a given location. So, that's sort of how that works. They can do magic for you. They're part of a special set of quests. And those special quests allow you to earn powerful magic. So, let's see here. I got my Arthana, I usually put in this slot. You have to shift place most of these things, by the way. Just saying. Candelabra. Chalice. Really need some more redstone soup. Oh yeah, I don't have any other things for that. Gonna need this, obviously. Because that's gonna be the focus of my ritual. Okay, I'm gonna have to figure out exactly where to place this. Because, let me see here. So this is gonna be, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I think I can place this here. Yeah, here's my circle. So we're about to experiment to see how this works in the TARDIS. But more than that, I'm going to need something else very special. Slime pet, golden apples. I think you eat regular golden apples, not enchanted, so I'm going to try that. I've emptied my circle talisman. This is going to be fun. Thing is, when you infuse yourself, this surge of energy hits you, and it can pretty much obliterate you normally, unless you have a protection from death. Now, it doesn't mention it directly in the book, because in the book itself, it just tells you what materials it needs. It's like, you must stand in the circle, you need the Spirit of Otherwhere, it takes 4,000 altar power, and it shows you the diagram of the circles you need, including what they call the heart glyph, which uses golden chalk. Now, these chalks can be interesting, and they're transmuted between each other. You get 2 basic chalk at a time, but the others are made one-on-one, so I only have 1 of each chalk type right now. And this burnt a lot of my Otherwhere chalk. Really? That glitch again? I mean, this thing's more than halfway down. Oh, I got my durability, almost forgot about that. But anyhow, I want to experiment to see if a slime pet, which protects you from death, and it's a legendary pet, might add, so you can only find it, you can't craft it. You can craft a lot of the things in a lot of the pets in inventory pets, but you can't craft these. I had to find it from a Pacmen drop. That was in the forest while I could strike upwards and then getting themselves stuck. Pretty good strategy there. Of course, I also think another good strategy would be to burrow under and then strike up from there if you have good tools like these ultimate sets. And you gotta love the ender particle effect on these. But the rites of infusion are meant to empower you with great energy. But the surge of power whenever you do so can kill you. Hence why you need protection from death. I don't think I'll get another shot at this anytime soon, because I also got a lot of my other Witchery stuff from Pacmen drops. And you know, whenever... Oh, well, this is a completely new mod, so maybe... A lot of people probably don't know how this works. Usually it will try to pick random things from random mobs, but sometimes... random mods. But sometimes it picks like a streak. Like, for example, let me go into my NEI here, and let's do Witchery. And I'll show you what I mean by streak. Okay, like, these items are in a line. Sometimes when it grabs items from a mod, it will pull them from a whole line at once. Like, you might get multiple books, or you might get things that in a row that are from, like, Bibliocraft or something, where you get, like, several lamps. And, of course, the things like Redstone Soup, Flying Ointment, Ghost of the Light, Soul of the World, Spirit of Otherwhere, Infernal Animus, all these things are in a row. And they all have to do with, like, doing infusions and potions and stuff. And that row is very important, because sometimes when it pulls code, it just takes a streak. So you can get several items from the same mod at once, and I hit that button, I almost forgot I need to click in here to get that off. Anyhow. Some rituals in Witchery require very few items, and some require a lot. Like, to pull this into one of those circle talismans, you just need to drop a piece of redstone dust, have an altar nearby to provide you at least some power, and there you go. Now, I also got something incredible from Witchery that is normally in creative only, but Pacmen can drop that too. There's also some dungeons in Crazycraft I haven't encountered yet that also drop stuff like that. And they're from YouTuber Statues, which is another custom mod for this mod pack. I don't know how... Okay, something tells me I'm going to have to do some editing here. That cut out at some point. I apologize. I was about to check the time, but I noticed it just went off. So my timing on checking the timing was accurate, but unfortunately the timing had ran out. So yeah, as I may have been explaining before, I'm about to do this experiment, and this could go horribly wrong. Dun dun dun! Everything referenced. Okay, let's see here. I know I got enough power for this, because this thing's fantastic. But this Infinity Egg here, it basically grants an enormous amount of power to your altar if you can get it. Unlike the Dragon Egg, you can actually mine it directly. So, yeah, you can pick this thing up off of this so much easier, so that's really convenient. Normally you could use a Dragon Egg in that slot. I'd like to have a skull or a head of some sort, because that's an improvement. And, of course, the Arthon extends the range. There's something else, but it takes another kind of quest. Let me see here. Ah, wow. Does it only actively charge whenever I'm looking at it? Nope. It just took a while to charge up. I got all sorts of stuff on here. Why did that get power drained or something? Did I have to do something, or did something drain it? I don't understand that part. Oh well. I do understand, on the other hand, is it says I need 4,000 power. And this says I have more than 4,000 by a long shot. Okay, so I think my best idea would be to... Okay, I am starting to lose count already. This is a Glitch Reaper here again, and I have been having a very serious time with this. I think I'm getting various bugs and issues with it now. I don't know exactly what's causing them, but let's see if I can try to take off where I left off after the end. I was going to perform a ritual. I was originally going to do it outside. I wound up getting my door obstructed, got stuck in the TARDIS for a while, had to eventually get enough power to get it to take off again, so I had to jump upwards, so hence my TARDIS is flying up here with the anti-gravs on. Then I had all sorts of issues. Yeah, that's about it with rituals and issues. Anyhow, I was having issues with my rituals, and I couldn't figure out exactly what was going on, so I'm trying to explain what I was going to try to attempt. I'm going to try to attempt a totally new way to do the rituals in here. And that is to try to use something a bit different, because normally speaking, whenever you use a infusion ritual, which is what I'm about to try to perform, in this case it's the Rite of Infusion for the power of Otherwhere. I must stand in the circle. It doesn't say about a time of night, but I need 4,000 power in the special Spirit of Otherwhere item, which I have. So I'm basically ready for this. Now I also have a little thing called a circle talisman. And that's this thing here. They make your rituals portable. Like, you put a piece of redstone in the circle, and you have one of these circle talismans in the circle. You have a little bit of power from a nearby altar. And that's what I mean by item duplication, because I had about half of some of this stuff, so I have no idea. This might be an equivalent exchange thing. I don't know, because I took stuff out of here, put them into my regular inventory, and then they wound up doing this weird ghost stuff for a while, and wound up popping back in here, and I don't know what's going on, but if it's a bug, it's not my fault, it's just happening. I'll just go with it. But I need to set up, and this could even happen again, I might wind up with infinite supply of altars. Yeah, that could be interesting. I'm wondering, do these also go up and down? Because I'll probably be able to do it in this area. Well, first, actually, let me see if my circle will fit. So I have the circle talisman ready. So let me count a few blocks here. See, that's going to be irrelevant. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Yep. Not quite. I mean, this is a mostly flat area, but at the same time, it's not flat enough, I guess. Well, I can also get rid of this and then recount. Okay, there we go. I got strawberry. Nice. And strawberry seeds. Nice. Okay, let's recount this. Some of them popped over here. And Dark Island has advantages. We move through stuff like crazy. Okay, let me see here. No, actually, it'd have to start here because it's like starts with 5, I guess. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm gonna have to clear some blocks either way. Okay, so let's do this. That might well be myself here because the hitbox on that is really weird in terms of like how it mines and how it does other stuff. So I don't know. Ultimate tools are just really quick, so yeah. Okay, and let me see, I need my shovel. I really need my ultimate sword here now. So let's shovel out a little extra room. I need to make this level in a moment. Circle magic can take up such amounts of space. Okay, this should be enough now. So, starting here-ish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, it's good and flat, so do about it. Ooh, I forgot I left the time off at noon. Okay, I want this to remain day for now, so just make this dawn. And now we got instant daybreak. I love that trick. Thank you, angry Pacmen. That's just so awesome. I can't get over that. Oh gosh. Okay, let me see here, because I gotta be about the... Let me see, I think I need to be about the 6th one in. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it goes here. Yep. There should be an empty talisman. Now, what I need to do is take out the items of the ritual that I need, which is this. I need to create an altar, and I need to power it up. So I need 6 of these blocks, and 6 go back in because they weren't supposed to be there in the first place. I need my special egg, candelabra, chalice. It's weird that those things even stack. Arthana. So that should be able to power up my altar. Maybe I need a witch's hand, I'm not entirely sure. And I have some spare stuff. This could be a little tight in a moment. But after I use a few of these, it should be fine. What I'm doing is building my altar. When you get the multi-block right, it'll have this carpet on it. The Infinity Egg was also a Pacmen drop. I have not encountered the YouTuber structures yet, which, oh yeah, the Infinity Egg earns its name. But you can also stack its effect with the other stuff, too. Now, YouTuber structures is a custom mod for this mod pack, although I don't know what they're going to do about it later. And what it does is it has these structures that are shaped like various YouTubers, and they can have loot from pretty much anything in the game, much like how Pacmen drop anything. And if you've seen the King in Orspawn before, he drops everything in the game at once. So that's going to be one giant loot drop. I guess I do it from here. Do I? Well, usually I shift whenever I do this. Huh, my Arthana is not going in its usual spot. It's because it's a phantom? That would be weird if I actually figured out which one was which. Well, it's not too relevant because I think I have enough space. Does this thing have an orientation? It was working fine in the TARDIS. Arthana? Hello? Yeah, never mind you. This just extends my range anyhow. You can have 1 torch or candelabra. You can have 1 chalice or filled chalice if you can give it some extra redstone soup. 1 dragon egg or the infinity egg if you get a mysterious drop that you normally shouldn't get. You can get a special pentacle, that's normally from a special, like, side quest later. The Arthana normally extends the range you can operate at. And one thing I haven't got a single one of yet, a head. Like, I have not gotten a single skull or anything here. Now, Wither Skeleton Skull works fine if you have specific player heads, like they're actually somebody specific's head, then it can also be really powerful. I don't know if other things power it up directly. I know some things you can place around it to power it up even more so than the nice nature around here. But I haven't got some of that stuff yet, so I'll get to that later. Holy moly! Yeah, I have more than enough power. As for the ritual, I only need 4,000, so I'm going to try something very special. This slime pet I've got here, it saves you from death. Normally when you do an infusion, it sends a surge of energy into you, and it will kill you if you don't have something that protects you from immediate death. Normally in Witchery, that's a death protection poppet, but in Crazycraft 3.0, you have inventory pets. The slime pet, which is a legendary that you can only find, or have granted you by special drops, etc., but you cannot craft them. So there's not quite an easy route with that, but sorta is, so it depends a bit on your luck and karma, so, you know, this stuff happens. Now, I'm also going to make sure I have the witch's hand ready, just in case it needs that to recognize it. Okay, now I'll throw this out, then I'll hit that, and we'll experiment to see if my favorite infusion obliterates me, or gives me its power, so we'll see here. Really risking a big one here. Okay. Come on. It's accepting it. Ooh! I was right! Oh, sweet! The slime pet took the hit for me! Did it eat a golden apple yet? Not yet, but eventually he will. Or she, or Shay, whichever. I'm not sure the gender here. I guess I'll throw out all three major pronouns. In case you're wondering, Shay is for Herms. Good portion of life on the planet's Herms. Most people don't realize it. I mean, most plants technically are. Just think about it. Now let me see if I can use this. Okay. Let me see here. Shift and, oh, not shift. I don't want to save this as a recall point yet. Okay, it says I'm charged. I teleported. This is a quick port here. Oh yeah, and that's not using much infusion power. This is why I love Essence of Otherwhere, is it lets you teleport around. Now if I hit a mob, we'll fly up in the air, so if I was in my morph state, that would be ridiculous, because I could just fly up, take them with me, and drop them like a rock. So yeah, this one's going to be super fun. Now, if I hold shift and hit the left click or attack key, I can do something else. But first, I want to save a location. So I need to get up to my TARDIS. So I want to create a recall point in the TARDIS. Now this works between dimensions, so this is really fun. Oh gosh. Come on, come on. Come on, come on. Yeah, there we go. Now the Essence of Otherwhere I also got from a Pacmen drop. So you get all sorts of stuff. Sometimes it happens as a streak, like you'll get several things in a row that's adjacent in the identification files. So yeah, I got a few things that way, so but only one of each, so I didn't really have another one to risk. Normally you get two when you make it like normally, or legit, I guess you could say. Although this mod pack just about everything goes, so I'm not sure how to really call that. Now for my exact recall point, I want this to be somewhere special. Maybe the library, so that you pop in, it's all exhibitory. Okay, so hold shift and I think that just saved my recall point. Now, let me see here. Have the recall point. Charging. Okay. So that says that I have to hold and do it, so let me try it over here. You can call it the TARDIS dimension, that's cool. And takes a little while. Please mount button to set recall point. Now let me see if I can do this very quickly. It should happen within the area. Oh yeah, it works. Recall point totally works. Okay, so I need to do something very special. I'll reveal something that I've sort of had in the back for a while of this. So let me do a little transition here. Whee! Oh, that's really cool. How it renders that, I don't know, because technically this form doesn't have an arm. Ah, crab meat. Very large crabs. They show up in the crystal dimension too, so yeah. I went there and it is ridiculous if you have the TARDIS, because it just allows you to, well, normally the crystal dimension you have to go in without anything in your inventory. Yeah, with the TARDIS you just walk right in with everything you've got. Okay, this is my girlfriend here. My lady discussed this. So here we have her stand-in. This is Crazycraft because of that. You may sort of get the etymology of that one, so I may have to explain later. But anyhow, there's a special trick I can do where if I hold the attack button while I've got a recall point set, I can take me and my target to the recall point. Isn't that cool? So I finally found a way to get her in the TARDIS. Normally speaking, it doesn't work out very well because usually girlfriends only teleport to or spawn dimensions, and only when you make the transition while being close by and clicking on the appropriate insect. So this is going to be a little new. So I'm going to have to take a whack at this and see if this works. So hold shift. Made the transition. Sweet! I wanted to do that the whole time. Oh, the combo is finally fulfilled. I need to get you a spare Big Bertha or something, and now I can like reset this recall point whenever I want to, pull us back out, etc. But at the same time, now my girlfriend here is safe. I don't have to worry about angry Pacmen, so I don't need to have anything at that point anymore. Although I do have a bed and a coffin there. I suppose I could have chests and stuff, but it's mainly just a spot for in case some spawning mechanics fail and I wound up somehow back in my original, because that's close to my original point in the overworld and it has the bed and everything, so it's good. I love the fact that that combo worked and I could use the slime pet. I guess protection from death is protection from death. It doesn't matter what the mod is. So thank you very much. I'll probably wind up having to edit this onto something later. I'm not entirely sure. But then again, I could also give a bit of a tour of some of the things I've been doing with my TARDIS stuff. Obviously, I have my altar and stuff outside now. I was having it in my boxes, putting in and out for stuff, and I used it to make the circle in here and then take it outside. So that stuff happens. But here's a little something special. Pretty sure my duplicator trees are still working fine. I eventually got them to work, so they're good. Over here, let me see. Here's my mostly plant farming, but also fishing. Duplicator trees going to town. I'm gonna love all that transforming later. All that transformium. I'm getting ahead of myself, sorry. I know I may be stumbling over my words a bit here, but I'm so excited. Oh, I thought I fixed this. Do the walls need to be thicker? Really? Uh-oh. Didn't mean to do that. Oh, I really hope that didn't kill him. What happened? Okay, I need a morph. It's gonna wind up edited, I know it. Oh, they're all flying. Whew. That was a miracle. Okay, note to self, don't even hold a spawn egg while aiming at the alchemical chest. Even if they can open, it's best that something doesn't have a function. Oh, gosh. Which means I probably should have an empty hand for this. No, not the witch's hand. Oh, gosh. Viper. Crystal urchin. Yeah, all sorts of stuff in here. Rats. Ah, rats. Oh, I could put those in there. Just organizing a bit quickly because, yeah, I don't want these to get too overstuffed too fast. But, as you can see, I've got myself Easter Bunny. I got myself a pair of peacocks. Peacocks will lay peacock spawn eggs specifically. Spawn Mothra. The Easter Bunnies will spawn, basically, well, they'll create spawn eggs for just about everything in the game. So that's something I'm going to be able to use over time. Ah! See, my legendary slime pet has, in fact, eaten the golden apple. So that's good to know. And he's restored himself. It's just one golden apple for several in a row, actually. That's pretty cool. The queen. Eventually that too. Doesn't drop as much stuff as the king, but hey. Oh, there's the king. Okay, officially that thing's good. These are getting loaded with really good stuff. Have they got Mobzillas in there or not? I think their eggs are... Yep, that's Mobzilla. And... Oh, I killed the sea viper on top of this. That's where the sea viper tongue came from. I was thinking about that. But, raw chicken. Is that what I really got from the sea viper? Because I have both my peacocks. I have both of them in there, so that's not an issue. So, where did that come from? I'll resort these later. I have used name tags to make sure that they stay here. Surrounded it with thick walls, but apparently not thick enough. because the eggs are still popping out on occasion. Normally they'll go through things like thin walls and transparent blocks, so not sure what's still going on here. Is it really just that difficult to contain these? Do they project right through solid walls? Thought I had a good design going here. But yeah, my peacocks are Vix and Wedge. You might get that reference. And my Easter Bunny is Buster. Babs would be proud. Okay. So I took care of that. I was interrupted by a sea viper in my own TARDIS. Well, at least unlike my buddy Pickles, it wasn't a Mobzilla that winds up wrecking a room. Apparently, Mobzilla works by blacklisting blocks from getting destroyed, so since they weren't specifically stated, yeah, he caused a mess. But anyhow, since I can't think of anything else to do right now, and I need to do a lot of organizing, I think it would be a good time for me to basically just get off and everything. So, this is Glitch Reaper. I hope you enjoyed everything, and I'll be hearing from you again. So, goodbye for now, and I really hope I can edit this whole thing later. Seriously, really. This is going to be more of a mess than usual, so yeah, if you get this all in good order later, well, congratulations. So, bye for now. I hope to hear from you later.